Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, nothing like a little vitamin C to keep you fit as a fiddle. Orange Smoothie IPA is a 6% Milkshake IPA from Auston Bros Beer Company in Alpena, Michigan. Those Auston brothers, they're back at it again, and they have been bringing the fire lately. Even here in Southeast Michigan, they're up in Alpena. Here in Southeast Michigan, they're on pace to release like 3 or 4 new beers a month. Now, I don't have any knowledge on it, but I'd have to think they either have a pretty big production facility or they're brewing and sending out smaller batches, but I really haven't had much of an issue finding them lately on shelves. That is when I was leaving the house. Now that I'm not leaving the house, I don't have a problem finding anything. So let's take a look at the label. We'll get it into the glass. Fun fact, we all know that oranges have a high amount of vitamin C, but 1 cup of chopped raw red bell pepper will provide 100 milligrams more vitamin C than a cup of orange juice. I guess it's time to start eating some peppers. So this is Auston Bros Orange Smoothie IPA. We'll talk about the label here. I'll tell you what I see first, then I'll tell you what I think about it. It has some oranges across the top. It says trademark Auston Bros Beer Company with the crossed axes. Orange Smoothie IPA in the background's like an orange bush or an orange tree, and then some oranges, one sliced on the side. Very busy labeling here from Auston Bros. You will not mistake an Auston Bros beer when you see it on the shelf. I'm not a huge fan of the label itself, but I can understand by doing these kind of, audacious beer labels, it brings your eye to it. Again, I'm not a huge fan, but hey, it's what's on the inside that counts. It's what we're always told, right? So it says Auston Bros Beer Company, brewed and packaged only in scenic Alpena, Michigan. They must have a pretty big facility down there. And then on the back it says Smoothie Series, 6% alcohol by volume, 55 IBU, New England style India Pale Ale with vanilla bean and oranges. Share a cold one on us at 821 West Miller Street in Alpena, Michigan. This is 1 pint and the government warning. Yeah, so I should have mentioned earlier, they have a whole smoothie IPA series. So they've had I know that they did an orange pineapple smoothie, I want to say. They've done several different smoothies. I couldn't even tell you what all those are. And this was packaged on February 18th, 2020. It is March 21st today. I'm about a month after the date, but I think we're safe. I think it should be okay, but I wouldn't push it much more than a few more weeks after this or another month. I think that's almost a catastrophe. So let's go ahead and crack this open and put a nose on the can. Okay, getting a fair amount of orange, not as much orange as I was expecting. I am getting a bit of vanilla. Again, this is a milkshake IPA, so if you're lactose intolerant, you'll want to stay away from this. Let's go ahead and pour it. Okay, orange golden coming out of the can. In the glass, though, that's collecting like a big old glass of juicy orange juice. I'm not going to go crazy on this because what I'll do is I'll over pour into this glass, and then I'll have to be cleaning some stuff up. But we're going to go ahead and use this amount here. It's got about 2 fingers, maybe 2 3/4 fingers worth of head here. Really nice and white head. The beer itself, again, very orangey looking, very, very thick looking. Again, looks like just a straight up glass of OJ, maybe a little bit thinner OJ, maybe from concentrate, but definitely a glass of OJ. Let's go ahead and hold this one up. And it looks like, again, like a glass of OJ. A little bit of a shadow being able to be seen through the glass between my hand and the light here. I can see them kind of messing around there, but not a whole lot. Let's go ahead and put a better nose here on the glass. Okay, yeah, getting a lot of orange. The vanilla is almost more up front, and the orange is a little bit more deeper down in there, but if I take a big old sniff, I can definitely smell the orange. So let's go ahead and put this one down the hatch. Cheers. Wow, okay. Very smooth. It's got a rich mouthfeel to it. A lot of orange. Big time, huge orange flavor on the up front. There's a little bit of vanilla in there too. So the orange and the vanilla mix together really well. It tastes very much like a creamsicle right from the get-go. The orange really comes up a lot more up front, and there's a little tinge of vanilla in there, and then on the swallow you get a lot. It's just a big, huge dose of orange, but then that's where the vanilla really starts to shine, really starts to come through. That's where that creamsicle flavor starts to really show itself. And then on the very tail end, there's no bitterness. I mean, there's no hop bitterness, but there is a little bit of a bitterness from the lactose. You get like this, it almost has like this artificial sweetener kind of bite to it, but it's very faint. It's in there, but it's really low in the kind of whole flavor, the layers of flavor. It's like the bottom layer. So it's unfortunately, it's almost one of the last things that you taste, but it's also so deep down in there and so subtle that you don't really pick up much on that kind of artificial sweetness flavor. I mean, lactose for me, I like beers with lactose in them, but I almost always pick up on that really just kind of bitter, synthetic, sweet kind of flavor to it. Yeah, but swishing it around in my mouth, big time orange flavor. It's almost entirely orange. And then the swallow, the lactose almost plays itself up to taste like a bit of orange zestiness, like a bit of a orange peel kind of flavor in there. But you can still, if you're familiar with the way that lactose tastes or that kind of artificial sweetener taste, you'll still pick up on it. But overall, I like it quite a bit. I don't think it really hampers the beer too much. Again, it's like, you think of it like a big cake, right? Like you have the frosting and the cake and the frosting and the cake and then the frosting on the bottom. Well, actually, you don't have frosting on the bottom, but the bottom layer of the cake is where I'm getting a really bad analogy, but that's where I'm getting that lactose is just on the very end. It's faint. It's not super in your face, so I don't think it detracts from it too much. If there's anything I would mark down on this beer, it would be that lactose kind of bitterness on the tail end. But I think as you kind of drink it and drink it and drink it, the first taste, it was really kind of more upfront. But as subsequent drinks, they're a little bit more subtle, a little bit lower down in there. I think that, you know, it's almost impossible, but I would really be curious to see what this tastes like without that kind of lactose, artificial sweetness kind of flavor in there. I don't know if it would taste nearly as orangey, or maybe the vanilla would kind of suffer. But regardless, I think this is a really good beer. If you're an orange juice or orange, especially if you're a creamsicle fan and you want a creamsicle in a beer, this is your candidate right here. This is creamsicle beer, like through and through, and a really good job. Another really good job by Auston Brothers. All right, friends, that has been Orange Smoothie IPA from Auston Brothers in Alpena. Have you had their beer before? Do you have a favorite Auston Brothers beer? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell, because I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you, and you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries, especially right now. If you can buy swag, buy gift cards, buy beer to go from your favorite local breweries, just kind of help them out during this really trying time. That'd be awesome. I'm sure they definitely appreciate it. And you'd appreciate it when they're still open, you know, after this whole thing dies down. So until next time, Sean from Draft Therapy. And thanks for watching. Cheers.